for what Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for, hey man, having mercy on us and keeping us in our right mind. Unlike a lot of other people out here, man. This is just various topics. I got the elder Tazawam with me here again. My brother's still in the house with us, kicking it.
Yeah.
Elder Damasha Pai is also in the room again as well.
Shalom, shalom.
The Apostle Ramblai was somewhere around in the house. Through the Spirit, he might end up joining us, before the video's over, all up to the Spirit. Anyways, this is various topics, man. We were just talking about various things. One of the main things, I said yesterday, right, and we did the video yesterday in the car, I said that we were going to do a video about the scoffers, but you know what? We'll just scratch the surface, but I'm not going to talk about y'all scoffers, man. I'm not going to sit there and dedicate a whole video to y'all because y'all not worth that. Oh man, we was watching the Twilight Zone last night.
Yeah, Twilight, yeah.
Mr. Wordsworth, you waste our time and you're not worth our time. The Chancellor, you are obsolete.
Yeah.
Hey, watch the Twilight Zone. Watch the Twilight Zone. The old one from the 60s, the black and white one, Rod Serling.
Obsolete Man.
The Obsolete Man. Watch that episode of the Twilight Zone, The Obsolete Man. If you can get access to Twilight Zone episodes, the original ones, and you know what? They make those hard to get.
Yeah.
There was a time I could just go right on YouTube and pull them up. If you go on YouTube and you type in Twilight Zone, they'll give you the newer ones. They'll give you the ones from. They had ones in the 80s. It was like a remake they did in the 80s, and then they did another remake in the 90s. Now the one from the 80s, I be watching it. It's kind of okay because really all they do. The one that they had from the 80s, all they did was pretty much take the stories from the original and try to revamp them. Remake them.
Yep.
And the one from the 80s, because I've been watching it lately for the past couple of weeks, when I was back home, I stay up late. The ones from the 80s are kind of okay. They're all right, but they still can't fuck with the original. Meaning the black and white ones from the 60s, the 50s and 60s. The one with Rod Serling is actually on there. They can't fuck with those ones. The originals is the best. But there was a time you go on their YouTube and you type that in, you would get the originals. They would actually show them. But now, you might find it, but you gotta pay for it. Like in other words, to actually get the old black and white ones we was watching it last night, you have to have Prime. You have to have a certain cable channel. And in some cases, you gotta pay for them. Prime or they used to be on Hulu or Tubi. In other words, they make it where it's not that accessible to the average person. Because those episodes were heavy.
Or you gotta pay for it.
You know, these devils. But if you go on their YouTube, the ones from the 80s will pop up. Which like I said, they okay, but they deep pretty much is, because Rod Serling was in the know. So all those episodes, the original ones, right, with Rod Serling, we were watching them last night. Lord willing, we're gonna watch them. We're gonna watch them more later. They dealt with all kinds of spiritual things. They dealt with the nuclear destruction. They dealt with the New World Order, like the obsolete man. Pretty much that was supposed to be once the Illuminati sets up the New World Order. Then the guy's name was the Chancellor, and if the state found you to be obsolete, they would just exterminate you. You'd be executed. Like if you didn't go along with the plan of the state, which we thought the state is the government, and the elites, right? You got put to death. They considered you obsolete, and that's exactly what's going to happen. The Lord is going to allow them to set the New World Order up, but it's not going to be for long. Because He's going to set it up. That's where your concept. And on the show, remember, He had them guys in concentration camps. And they brought him before the judgment and said, look, man, what? Okay, he said, a librarian. And in that episode, the New World Order was established. They said there was no God. The state, the government proved that God don't exist, which Esau been pushing that. That atheism, right? And then books, they did away with all book, any book. Books, you couldn't read books no more. They destroyed all the books, and the Bible being the first. Because remember, he said, the Bible. But the dude, my man, Burgess Meredith, he played Mickey from Rocky. He was on all those old episodes. He was, but he represented the prophets. he stood bold before them, and then he said the state has proven that there is no God, and he came back. He said there is a God.
Yeah.
You cannot erase a God with an it. You know, he had faith, and he died. He died. And when the scriptures say, "Hey, if a man look to save his life, he shall lose it." Yep. So hey, that's why, hey man, some of us may have to be martyrs for this truth.
Yep, I get that from you too.
God, that's good.
Yep. Let me see. Shall lose.
See what I'm saying? Because this state, like everything, like we, brother, we trying to do certain things. You know, I'm still here in Indianapolis, but you know, Alvarez's tomorrow. I'm supposed to be catching a train back home to Texas,
right.
And I'm trying to get my ticket. Which I know I got the ticket, but there was a problem with the email, so I'm waiting for them to send. You know, but it's like everything is digital now.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, damn, back in the old days, you could just go right down to the fucking train station, realistically, and just go right to the service desk and just pay for your ticket right then and there.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then they give you the paper ticket, right? But now it's like you gotta do everything online, you know?
That's the new system.
That's the new system. Digital.
Yeah, the digital system.
Everything is going digital. Yep. So that's a precursor for what?
Yep.
The correct mind, which a lot of you guys are teaching against, but I can't wait. Like I'm gonna keep mimicking what Apostle Tahar keeps saying every fucking day. When that actually comes, when they actually implement that correct mind, that chip, the RFID microchip, all you guys are talking about, there's not the mark of the beast, there's not the mark of the beast. Y'all gonna get it. And I'm talking about you leaders and you Israelite camps. But look, when the jump shot came, General Yohanan and Nate both said it's okay, you can get it. Get it?
Yep.
Look there. So where's faith? Where does your faith come in?
Right.
And then they're gonna make a mockery of us. Them guys are faith-based Israelites. Right. Wow, but what did Yahushua say? What did the Bible say? These guys are straight up Judas goats, man.
Yep.
And all you guys that continue to follow them guys, blindly follow these guys, we can get that too. Blind lead the blind, they both shall fall into the ditch. But get the first one first.
Which is shall save his life.
So that's these guys. So you fear death that fucking much? I mean, look, to a degree, of course, we're in this flesh. We all have a little certain fear of death. But then it get to a point where, fuck it, man. Like, if I have to die, I be thinking I'm going to die every day. We know we be having infirmities. We deal, I don't know what can happen, man. Every day I'm thinking today, it could be I could be in the spirit world. But once you program your brain to think that way, it kind of softens the blow. It's like, okay, it's just a momentary thing.
A sting.
Sting
of death.
Afterwards, what can be done to you afterwards? Your spirit is free.
Yep.
And then furthermore, sometimes we be kind of looking for death, man. You know, we in these bodies, we gotta be around these cesspool world.
Yeah.
What the fuck I wanna stay here for?
Yeah.
No, it's I gotta be here. I have to be alive.
Yeah. To watch the degradation of society.
Good. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I can eat GMO foods. Right? I have to be a woman. All the physical pleasures of the flesh is a flesh thing.
Yeah.
Once you go in the spirit world, you transcend all that, man.
Yeah.
And like Apostle Paul said, if you go in the spirit world, it's only going to be for like a momentary minute, because this thing is about to go.
That's right.
That crack in the dam is about to bust open, man.
Yep.
And it's going to be a flood, a righteous flood.
Yep.
Go ahead, bro.
And this is Mark 8:35. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it.
That's right. That means that you sell out because you're afraid of death.
Yep.
Because if you don't take the chip, if you don't get that mark of the beast, the white man going to kill you. Esau going to kill you.
Yep.
Fuck that. I don't want to die. I'm not trying to get beheaded.
Yep.
And no guillotine. Fuck that.
Yep.
I'll get the mark.
Yep.
And then that way I can live. At least I'll be alive. For how much longer? At least for a while. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, you'll be alive, but then eventually Esau will kill you any goddamn way.
Yeah. Well, there's a judgment if you take the charagma. In the scriptures, it speaks about It's in Revelation, I believe, 16 or 14, where it says that there's going to be grievous sores. So if you do take that charagma, you know, you're going to get a plague. And not along with the plague, then you're going to be a digital servant to Esau, man.
Yeah.
All right? In that now they have something called the social credit system, where you're going to be locked in. You're going to be fucking controlled by the devil. All right? Which Elder Apostle Tahar speaks about that digital awe. All right? In the scriptures, it's going to be a digital awe. All right? Which is a marking of servitude to the devil. So as the scripture says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it.
So when you fear death so much, because if they threaten you with death, if you don't take it, yeah, you'll save your life for that moment. But eventually you're going to lose it because you ain't going to make it. Because once you take the charagma, when Yahushua come back, you ain't going in no ships. I don't care how much Salakia, Yahushua, Baba Kusha, Salakia, y'all. No. You get a knife and try to maybe cut it out. You know? Everybody, hey, brother, you can get a knife and try to cut the chip out. Try to cut the chip out.
Yeah.
No, man, you got it.
Yep.
Well, the Lord ain't going to put that in your spirit to do so anyway. You got to get the missiles. But it says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it.
That's right, go.
But whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it.
That's right. So, brothers, you want to say something, man?
No, it said for my sake and the gospels. Hey, you have to have faith in this truth, in this truth, man.
Yep.
You have to have faith in the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. If you take that chip, that's showing ultimate. You ultimately turning your back against the Lord. So regardless if you cut it out or not, you still gonna get destroyed.
Yep.
Because you chose. Hey, you chose to take it.
Yeah. Now in the Apocrypha,
And you did the act.
Yep.
Let's say even if you could cut it out, right? Well, you ain't gonna be able to cut that shit out because they're gonna plant that shit deep into your flesh.
Yeah.
But let's just hypothetically, let's say if you was somehow you were crazy enough to get a Bowie knife and try to. First of all, you might kill yourself. You're gonna cut an artery or a vein, and you're gonna bleed out.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna bleed the fuck out. Once you get that chip, you ain't no cutting it out, man.
Yeah, no, ain't no cutting it out.
Ain't no coming back from that, man. The gospel. See, we teaching about that mark of the beast is the charagma.
Yeah, that's a part of the gospel.
And we willing to die for that, man, because you got people that want to kill us for that.
Yep.
Or Esau, they trying to kill us now for teaching that, right? For the gospel. So we teaching what we teaching for the sake of the gospel, because the gospel is Yahushua.
That's right.
He said, "What I come in the volume. Lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me."
That's right.
Right. So the gospel represents Yahushua, the comforter. He said, "I will send you the comforter." That's Yahushua. He's the book, man.
That's right.
He's the word. St. John, the first chapter, tell you that.
That's right.
So really, ultimately, it all goes back to Yahushua, man.
That's right.
See? So you niggas that gonna take it, you niggas that call yourself Israelites and the 2/3 of the world, which you guys are a part of. A lot of you guys are a part of the 2/3. I don't give a fuck. You got a turban or a shield of David. You got a whole menorah hanging off your goddamn neck. Shields of David all over your body.
Yeah.
Fringes that dragging on the floor. A beard that goes all the way down to your beard and fringes are dragging off the floor.
Yep.
You can do all the Kwam Yasha'alas you want, right?
Khan.
A lot of you guys are the 2/3, man.
Yep.
And y'all gonna be shocked.
Yep.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say this. The ones of y'all that thought, oh, you got that other scripture for me, right? So we finished this, right?
Yep.
Whoso look to lose their life
Yep.
for my name and the gospel shall be saved.
Right.
So even like Apostle Cabal always say, hey, fuck it, bro. If it come down to it, if we gotta lose our life at the end when they come and threaten us with that charagma, then fuck it. Hey man, it is what it is. You gotta be courageous. Man.
So be it.
Yeah, well, I'll get that in Revelation 20.
We ain't living no way.
Yep.
Once again, Apostle Cabal, man, look, man, we ain't alive no way, okay? This ain't living, man.
Yep.
Right?
And then
Apostle Cabal always say, right?
existing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Apostle Ramla was just trying to.
Shalom.
Yep. Well, I got that in Revelation on Martyr. Yes, sir.
No, I was just gonna say. Then after you kill me, what else can you do to me?
Okay.
Hey, there ain't nothing else you can do. You done took away your ability to fuck over me even more. Because that's what we're living now. We're living a life of being fucked over.
Yep.
Everything that is set up now that's supposed to be righteous is vile and wicked. So there's no enjoyment of this present life. You know, there's no peace in this present life.
Oh God, man.
Enjoyment.
Brother, see, man, you ain't never lied in the country. You ain't never lied.
Yeah.
Did you say enjoyment?
Enjoyment, what enjoyment? Okay, even if you so-called go to enjoy
I
yourself,
forgot.
you still not enjoying yourself. Let's say even you say I'm gonna go to a bar, have a couple of drinks, you surrounded by demons. You go to,
We tried to do that, man. We tried to do that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to a restaurant, right? There were certain restaurants we used to go to, case in point out here in Indianapolis. We used to speak right there by the yard house.
The yard house, yeah.
Right? It's a nice looking restaurant, whatever. And last year when I first was coming out here, after camp, we used to always go there. The brothers, the elders there. That's good. And at first it was cool.
Yeah.
A couple of pretty chicks. The bartenders, right? But then all of a sudden we started going there. It's like a nice restaurant. They got a bar, restaurant. The food is decent. And it's like a nice looking little atmosphere, right? But then all of a sudden we started, when the elders came, the bishops came, we went in there and it was all fucking Moes.
Yeah.
Moes. You know, Latino and black Moes serving us our food, man. See, so anything you find that you kind of somewhat like, it gets tainted somewhere along the way.
Oh, yeah, get the fuck out of here.
A woman, okay, come on, these America, we live in America. The modern American woman, the feminine, that's, even if you get with a woman, that's, you can't, in the beginning, okay, you're getting some putty, it's cool, but after a while, she starts her shit.
Yep.
There's nothing but heartache and drama.
Yep. Toxicity.
Toxicity from a goddamn woman, right? What can you enjoy? You can't even breathe. The air's all fucked up. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? And us, we eat healthy, right? We don't eat that GMO shit. But even if you try to eat healthy, you still, Esau still finds a way to taint the food and the vegetables and the, you know?
The air, the water.
Gentiles.
God, everything is defiled, man. But a few months back, remember when the sky was blacked out? D-Mash?
Yeah, I remember
That
that.
was last year.
Yeah.
I was here at that time. The sun, they blacked out the sun, man.
Yeah, it was fog. It was like a fog. Like a fog all over the city, man.
I got something real quick.
Come on with it, brother.
This is because basically what the apostle and what brothers are speaking about is oppression in Babylon. This is Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad,
Beautiful.
and a gift destroyeth the heart. So when we facing now, remember it says surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. Like a lot of you motherfuckers ain't wise because you guys want to stay in this damn society. If you get that charagma or you speaking that is not the charagma, you know, you're not wise. The wise men, the men of the Lord, the prophets, we're the ones that's fucking pissed off, you know, mad. That's a part of that's a part of the truth. But we understand that this is oppression. And this is why you get these videos of rants and curse outs and rebukes that all you weak ass scoffers you talk shit about. You know? But it says surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. Yeah, what is good about this fucking place? Now when you get the charagma, you're gonna be in another state of oppression. Because they have the credit what is it called? The credit system?
Credit system,
The credit score system, which makes you
universal credit.
Brother.
There you go.
That's how they're gonna make it appealing to the people, because you're gonna be able to see things and it's like, yo, man, like an actual thing in your brain where they're gonna make you into an actual living flesh computer.
Yep.
And the credit system, through the Spirit of the Lord, I had said this a few years ago when I was doing the video on the chip. That's how they're gonna present it to the people, how to save the economy, because that's why inflation is so high right now.
Yeah, universal credit.
Cut for a pack of chicken is $20.
Yeah.
For a pack of chicken. For a loaf of bread is $15, right? Crazy shit. That's why a lot of these women are looking for a man now. Because a lot of these women, they see it there. When they go food shopping, shit is something. Man, I gotta meet me a man with some money and help out.
That independent shit went out the window.
That independent shit that went out. Now the black woman is whining.
Mm-hmm.
Before y'all told the black man to go to hell, y'all gave the black man your ass to kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Independent, that was just 20 years ago, 15 years ago. Yep. All the single ladies, put your hands up, clapping your hands.
Yep.
I'm a survivor. I'm Beyonce.
To the left, to the left.
To the left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Irreplaceable. All that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all was listening to her.
I'm sorry.
Right? Now, okay, homeboy's on here.
Who's that?
Van Halen.
Oh,
He's on here, boy. He's
Van
on here.
Allen belt.
Yeah,
And
man.
then go back to that gas station you be parked at. Scream to yourself, man.
Crying and shit.
Crying. Go park at the gas station and play with yourself and scream.
Van Allen belt.
The Van Halen belt. They got that mo. They got that mo.
It's the same crazy guy putting the
It's that
same
crazy guy.
the brown jacket.
Yeah, that two wild and crazy guys. Right, man. Yeah, right. And then, man, we just laugh at you, man. We mock you, man. You know, and they're a comedy relief.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyways,
Yeah.
right?
Let me get
The inflation is up.
Yep.
So people are not like these women, even these men. People are feeling the crunch, man. So by the time they're actually ready to implement this market of beast, they're gonna present it like you said, the digital credit system. They're gonna say, look, if you get the chip, you all get like a credits.
Yep.
No more cash money, no more debit cards, no more credit cards.
You get like $200 a month or something like that.
Yeah, you actually get like maybe a certain amount on your chip.
Yep.
And everybody's gonna be all right. That'll do away with the inflation.
Yep. Now don't forget your the carbon footprint too, because that's a tracker. When you got the RFID chip, which is what radio frequency identification chip, they have a system within there. It's called radar, right? Which is radio detection and ranging. So it's gonna track your every footprint. It's gonna track where you go. So if you can't, you won't be able to go within the confines of wherever the it's like a fucking, what you call them when
Restriction.
niggas, it's a restriction. What you call that when
Ankle bracelet.
Ankle bracelet. It's like an ankle bracelet.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. It's ran by near field communication.
Near-field communication,
So they'll have little antennas set up to with these cameras that they got everywhere that'll ID you.
Yep.
You know?
So you putting yourself in another sense of slavery. That's why, let me get that in Apocrypha. It says that those that have consent shall be had in derision.
Hey, even in the Twilight Zone episode, The Obsolete Man.
You watched it last night.
Remember, he said that they came and they put this camera in his room and took him like 5 minutes to install.
Yeah.
And they were watching him from everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even way back then in the 50s, late 50s.
Yep. This is the agenda.
Yeah.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
No, you're all right, brother. This whole system of things happening with the inflation, the economy, and all that. This is what's going to bring in those perilous times. Because people are going to really start feeling the crunch. You got to understand that people right now are living off of credit cards, and those credit cards are being, the rates are going up so much, that they're cutting people off. Because if you can't pay, nobody want to lend to somebody that can't pay.
Yeah.
So that's gonna cause the hard times to come, which is gonna cause famine, which is gonna cause Jacob's trouble, and that's what the whole MOTB system is about. It's a refreshing of everything if people accept this. And guess what? If people are in that bad spot and they don't know not to accept it, they're gonna go for it because they're gonna be deceived into thinking that's the only solution.
Yep. Well, before I get that, I'll get this what Elder Apostle Ramlock just said, which is your favorite precept.
Okay.
2nd Esdras 8:50.
Oh yeah, I love it. That's one of my favorites, man.
Yep. So it says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Who want to get it? Who want to get it?
Well, just like the apostle said, all of these great miseries, which when you go into miseries is woes,
Right.
sorrows. You know what? And you know what? Another name of it is called crisis. It's something called a polycrisis. A polycrisis is basically multiple hardship situations that's going to happen upon earth.
Jacob's trouble.
Jacob's trouble. And what year we living in right now? This is the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, man. And we believe through the Spirit that a lot of hell is going to take place this year, which is going to be a catalyst to lead up, all right, to the charagma, all right? And that's where we at right now.
The ultimate goal.
The ultimate goal is the charagma, but before that, there's going to be a lot of great miseries before and within the charagma system being set up.
Because you dummies don't realize that's the what the whole elites was. Man, first of all, man, we should be all into that back in the 90s. Back in the mid to late 90s, we did all the research on that, man. You dudes don't even know. Apostle Tahar, Gabar, myself, and the Apostle Ron, we used to sit at Apostle Tahar's house. This is back in the 90s still.
Yep.
We used to be out there on the streets, man, and we'd be out there on the oil tables. Back in the 90s, man, on the streets selling oil, and we close up the table, we'd stop, get some food to eat, shit, and then we go back to the house, Apostle Tahar's place, and we would just sit up there in the room and just watch videos. That's when we was deep into that. All those old Illuminati videos, that's on the cassette VHS, all right? The VHS cassettes, we just sit and watch. They had the first one we really got, Millennium 2000. That was with the Edomites, but they was bringing out the Illuminati. Jordan Maxwell, Anthony Hilder, Terry Cook. Then they did a part 2. Jordan Maxwell, Anthony Hilder, that was called Lucifer 2000. And all these dudes, the Lord put the spirit on these Edomites to reveal the Illuminati.
Yep.
Then Eustace Mullins.
Eustace Mullins, yeah.
Remember that? Eustace Mullins, and he just came straight, right? Eustace Mullins straight up told, he said, look, man, the people that ruled the Dark Ages were black people. Yep. You know? That's why I think they killed him eventually. Yep. And there was a whole bunch of other, we used to watch tapes on masonry. Yep. Man, that's all we was doing. We was just researching and going into, man, what was that? The capitalist conspiracy?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that one?
G. Edward Griffin.
Yep. That's all we was doing, bro. Every day, that was our life. That's why for you brothers and great millstone, man, look, brother, man, look, man, we did what we were supposed to do, man. And we still are. Like for you, I'm saying this for you young men. You young men, you brothers that being idle, man, look, when I was coming up, there was no being idle, man.
No, sir.
No, we were pretty much every day, that's all 7 days a week, we was always involved in this work, man. At one point, there was one point where myself and Apostle Gabar, we was just with Apostle Tahar every day, just doing stuff, whatever. And we were hustling, making our money on the oil tables, but we were teaching. And then me and Apostle Gabar used to be on the oil tables down there in New York City, teaching. We'd be on the oil tables teaching people, man. Going into information, man. And of course, on the weekend, we go to camp. Then we was going and coming out to Connecticut and teaching the brothers up there when we first, man, come on. We didn't have no free time. At one point, myself, Apostle Gabar, we didn't even have a woman. For like a couple of years, like the first 2 or 3 years, we didn't have time to deal with a woman. You know, it wasn't until like maybe 2 or 3 years later, the Spirit sent Apostle Gabar a woman, and the Spirit kind of sent me a woman. And then we were actually started able to have women. Prior to that, man, like for 3 years, you know, like we didn't have time.
Yep.
You know?
I got something for you.
And we were young men at that time. I wasn't even fucking 20 years old yet, man. Come on, young men like women, but I was just involved in the work.
Yep.
And this is the One West days. Okay? And I'm like fucking, what, 18, no, 19, 20. Yeah?
I got something for you.
Go ahead, brother.
1 Corinthians 15 and 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, well, with our apostles, and you know, we fall into that same stead, is always the point is always abounding in the work of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You know, this is why we put up these videos to warn. These videos is admonishings and warnings. When the apostles came out in 2007, they were dealing with the whole Illuminati and the whole conspiracies and tying it to the scriptures, because all that's in the scriptures. That's abounding in the work of the Lord. All right? Because there's a hidden world that a lot of you niggas are blind to. Y'all really blind to the working of Satan. You blind to the tricks and the wiles of the devil. And guess what? The spiritual demon Satan is powering up the so-called white man to bring in these agendas. And this is what we're speaking about, beginning with the mark of the beast. All right, beginning with the different so-called conspiracies, the martial law, the concentration camps. All this is coming. All right, all these terrors and torments and miseries is going to be done by Esau Edom, because guess what? He's that sword. All right, so we're in a time of judgment.
And in that day, just to add to you, it ain't gonna be no scoffing. See, all the scoffing and on the comment boards thinking you cute, like Elder Ariana from Dallas said. All that thinking you cute. Yeah. You having fun. You're enjoying being a demon and a nuisance and coming against the prophets of the Lord. That's when it's gonna come a day where you're gonna get snatched up by the devil, the same man that you're defending. Right? And you're gonna get snatched up and took into one of these concentration camps. Then the joke's gonna be over. It's not gonna be funny. It's not gonna be cute no more. It ain't gonna be cute no more. Right? Go ahead, brother.
Hey, you ain't gonna be thinking about calling us scoffers and demons. In that day when your ass hemmed up somewhere, man. When your woman get raped by martial law troops. You know, when your kids get raped. You know, then you're gonna be mad. Then you're gonna be mad at the right person, but it's gonna be too late. Because you spend all this time being mad at us. You wanna be mad at us, nigga? Bigger than us is coming. You know. Hey, wait till you get a load of E in this shit.
Get your ass E.
And he ain't playing no fucking games. All right.